So let's see how I fare here with this kind of opening. It's called the Van-Geet opening, reverse Nimzowitsch variation. It's kind of playable, it's not the best. I mean, I think bishop e6 is kind of the move here, I don't know. Or bishop d6. This is not that good for black. It's even, but at least according to Stockfish. But okay. So now bishop d3. I can grab the pawn on d5, but I think it could be pretty difficult afterwards, but I will grab it anyway. So let's see what he's doing. In the previous game he played king f8 and he's doing that again. Okay, knight f3 I don't really like. I can go b3. Okay, e4 is also something I don't want to play. I can also go knight e2 and castle. What is his plan anyway? Bishop e6 c4. Bishop e6 c4 could be something. Well, bishop e6 I have knight c3. Well, okay, I'm gonna try this now. Okay, knight f6, I have to grab it, otherwise I would lose a piece. And then I can just castle, and then I just have to worry about getting this piece out. I can also, well, okay, queen takes. What about pushing immediately? f4, he takes it and I castle away. I can also grab this knight. I mean, this knight is pretty annoying. If it comes to b5, well, I'm just gonna grab it and go f4. If he takes, I'm castling. That could be quite annoying for him. And I kind of have to figure out what to do with that bishop. I'm pretty sure he doesn't grab. He goes there, right. Still gonna castle. I mean, knight c3? Knight c3 is kind of useful, I guess. I might even castle no, I don't. Yeah, well, anyway, maybe. So let's just go there, b3, and try and go from there. I kind of fight. I'm kind of fighting against the bishop pair, but I still have 8 pawns versus his 4. Queen g4. I'm probably. Oh, he's just covering the pawn. Right. So b6, b3, b3. I have to get this bishop out. So therefore b3. It's not really threatening anything currently. If he goes there, I'm just gonna grab on e4, so he can't go with a queen exchange. Bishop there. Okay, fair enough. Bishop b2. Now my bishop is on an excellent diagonal. So this is kind of playable. c4. I could castle. I don't have to. What about queen here? Knight takes and bishop takes pawn. I don't know, I probably should just castle or go g4, g5. I really want to go with some kind of attack here. I could go f4, hitting the queen. Where's the queen going? Well, actually f4 kind of looks interesting with castling queenside. If he goes queen there, I can go knight a4, hitting the queen again, and opening up the bishop's diagonal. So let's see what he's doing. Yeah, he's going there. Can also castle, but I think knight a4 could be something. So my knight is covering the bishop is attacking the queen and eyeing this square here. The knight on a4 is kind of stupid, but anyway, it can come back into the game later on. So queen here. What about f6 now. What is he threatening? He's not really threatening anything. What about castles in f6? No, I cannot go f6. My queen would hang. Okay, therefore I... Well, anyway, f6, he takes the queen. I take here with check. No, he goes there, and then I can grab a queen, yes, but he just takes the bishop. What about c4? c4, queen d3, and I cannot castle anymore. So, well, that c4, queen d3, I can castle queenside, first of all, and second is f6 could be coming anyway, so I might go c4 here. Might go c4, yes. Could be something. Queen c6 is the only way, or queen d3. Probably queen d3, I mean. No, queen c6. What about f6 now? f6 is pretty dangerous, so I'm probably gonna go there. Yes. f6 threatening to grab this pawn. So he grabs it. And now I'm just gonna castle queenside, right? He cannot safeguard the pawn. He can with bishop there. Bishop takes pawn, bishop g6 check, I'm grabbing it. What is if I give that check first and then grab on that square? It's probably wise. He's probably gonna go to e8. Yes, no, I can even castle. No, I don't want to. I'm just gonna attack the rook. So rook g8 might be something, but then I'm just gonna castle. And knight c6 to d5, knight c3 to d5 might be something. Okay, what is this, man? He's attacking the rook and the bishop. Ah, okay, I see. I see. That's a little bit... That's pretty terrible. I missed it, I have to admit. Well, it's just an easy move to miss. I should probably just castle, and if he takes the rook, so be it. I cannot even take his rook. I can take on c5? Well, this position is probably pretty terrible again. I missed his bishop e5 move, which is not that hard to miss, actually. Double attack. Well, I can also castle... No, I can't castle queenside, because then I'm just losing the bishop for nothing. Knight c3 is also not possible, so I'm just gonna continue to fight on a bit. It's probably just gonna grab the rook, and I cannot even take back. But I might have queen there. That could be it's still kind of interesting. Now I'm hitting the rook and the bishop, and if he takes this, I'm taking back, hitting the queen. And if he goes to f8, which is probably the best he has, yeah, now I'm gonna grab the bishop. I mean, I have to. Now I'm down the exchange, but his king is in the center. It's not that bad. Queen d5 is not really threatened. Okay. He's doing that. Why? Can just grab it. With the bishop threatened mate, rook takes is fine. So I can also grab with the rook, hitting the queen, but then he goes queen d7. But then I have knight takes here, after takes knight here. No, well, he has king c8. I should probably take it with the bishop threatening mate. And after queen there, I'm gonna go here, hitting the queen, and he can exchange everything now. I think I have 2 pawns for the exchange. Okay, he's going there. He is just going there, and if he's saying that if I give that check, he's going to d7. No, he can't go to d7 anyway. So what happens if I give that check? He just goes back to f8, right? And then I take this pawn on h7, because he cannot move anything, so right, okay, and now I'm taking... I cannot take this, because then I would lose the bishop. What about knight take? No, I cannot do anything there. Ah, I can take this, and if rook there, I have queen there, check. Right, actually I can take the h7 pawn, and if rook takes h7, I have this check, queen, king e7, giving that check. Okay, I get back the piece, I guess. I guess he can take an f6. Could be that he can do that anyway. Actually, I'm down the exchange, but I kind of really like my position. So how am I going about this? I could repeat moves once again, but I don't really want to. So my queen is under attack, so where to move it? I can pin the rook, or I can give a check. I think giving the check doesn't do anything. Well, actually, giving the check and going to g6, it's my move then. He has to go rook f8, and I go rook queen g6, check, and it's king d7. Knight takes c8, queen takes c8, c5. It's difficult. It's difficult. Okay, rook here. So I cannot move the bishop. I could move the bishop if my queen is not under fire. I cannot even take the e pawn. So knight c8 to there, but what is my... What actually is this doing? I can grab this and go bishop back, but then he goes to this square. Okay, the sad thing about this is that my queen is not defended. So knight c5... Knight c5, queen c5, and bishop d6. Could also go bishop here. No, bishop here is bad because it just grabs it. What about knight here to knight d5? I have a pretty nice position. I mean, I have still 7 pawns against 4, so I have 3 pawns for the exchange. But it's still pretty... How should I put it? Pretty difficult because of the pin. Okay, how am I going about this? Can't move the bishop. I would love to move the bishop, but where? How is he covering the rook after I go knight c5 and the bishop g5 or bishop h4? How is he covering the rook? I mean, I'm covering his... Ah, he goes back. So what about takes and bishop there? And then he goes to e7. That's unfortunate. Bringing back the knight is probably the right thing to do. And I'm also threatening knight e4. No, I don't. I really want knight c5 to work, but it seems as though that it doesn't work. So knight c5, queen c5. Well, I have queen takes rook, actually. King takes rook and bishop d6. Actually, knight c5 does work. Knight c5, queen c5, queen f7, king f7, and bishop d4. Discovered check, hitting the rook, hitting the king and the queen. So actually it does work with this amazing queen takes f7. Then I get everything back, and I have 4 extra pawns. It should be winning now. It should be clearly winning. I mean, bishop d4 is just amazing. Bishop d4, where is he going? Because it's a discovered check, he cannot do stuff here. And I have 4 extra pawns. I think I have 4. Yes, I have 4 extra pawns. But it's opposite colored bishops. It could be still kind of difficult. Okay, he is attacking this one, so I probably have to block this, and if c5, I'm gonna go bishop c3. I also have rook there, check at some point. It's just nothing he has. He resigns. Okay, fair enough. Wow, that was a nice little game. Really, I mean, I really liked that. One thing was that I thought I was lost at some point, but I think with his king in the center it was pretty difficult to do something. Let's just quickly go through it. Let's just quickly go through that game, but first of all I have to do this kind of stuff. Okay. So knight c3, the Van-Geet opening reverse Nimzowitsch. Yeah, knight d5. This is pretty nice, actually. And here comes the move I missed. Takes and queen here, and bishop takes. Bishop here. I don't know if this is... I mean, he has more material afterwards, but... I think the continuation I played was pretty nice with this little queen sacrifice. It was, first of all I sacrificed the knight, which was pretty nice, and then the queen and bishop d4 check wins back the queen, and after a couple of moves he just resigned. Yeah, it was a nice game. It was a nice game. Well, I think I can play this stuff. I mean, I don't know, I have to play a couple of more games in this opening, but yeah, king f8 is pretty weird here. Knight takes and king f8. Okay, he unpins, I understand, but why not just knight f3? Knight takes, queen takes, and for example, why not just knight there, hitting the queen and the knight, and if takes. I mean, I'm up a pawn here, but it's not that easy for me to do something because of this bishop over there on f1. How to get this into the game? I mean, yes, I can go b3 at some point, put the bishop on this diagonal, but it takes 2 or 3 moves. He also has e4, hitting the rook. I think this position might be something for shallow blue, 2.0.0, but okay. King f8, weird move, and afterwards I think I was winning all the time. The position was really great. f6, yeah, bishop e5 is a good move, but castles, giving up the rook, hitting the rook in the corner, just taking this back, and with the king in the center, I think, yeah, this is also a terrible move. Why going f6? I mean, it just gives me the pawn. Rook there, check, takes this, check, and now knight c5. And yeah, it was a nice little tactical sequence which ended the game. Knight c5, queen f7, and bishop d4. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.